On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
See, the whole Pookies and Ray Rays, the whole birth of the Pookies and Ray Rays come from impressing you guys. That's why he don't want to wait. He don't want to wait 4 years to go to college. He don't want to wait to see him get an established career because of women right now saying you need the bag and you need it now. So y'all control. See, even though men have authority, men do everything to please their woman.
Who said I need the bag and I need it now?
Say that again.
Who said I need the bag and I need it now? When did I make it that a strictly financial? Were you listening?
You know, you literally said
that was literally one thing. It was I said a whole bunch of things, and
that's exactly what you said.
On the fact that I said
women like men that was one of your points.
Will die. They're men. They're not women. And so I don't know. I just think that overall, that's already what's happening. Not per our choice, that is the way that this country is. We have no choice but to do that. Men get to make laws about what women can and cannot do with their body. That is what we're living in now. So is there order? I mean, there's a certain level of order to America, right? We've become this country, somehow, right? So I do think there's already a certain level of order in regards to what order looks like to particular people. And if people are happy, now that's a whole other conversation. But I think that we are already submitting to the authority of men in this country as a patriarchal country. And I do believe that there's a certain level of order in this country.
In what way do you think women, like in this generation, what way do you feel like we are?
And overall, I mean, men still dominate everything.
But what does it have to do with us submitting to men if men are dominating in some factors?
We don't have a choice because they're dominating everything. We don't actually have a choice. Like in certain states you live in, it doesn't matter what your personal views are. Men are making laws about what you can do with your body, and there's nothing that you can do to it. You have to submit to that. And then there are other men all the way up to the Supreme Court that are going to tell you that you have to submit to that. So, I mean, we don't have a choice in some instances. Women were just given choice in a lot of instances over the last 100 years, maybe even 50. So I think the submission that you guys want to talk about in terms of personal relationship is different. But when you're talking about overall authority of the community and order, I'm thinking about it on the macro level of the overall community and order.
Well, what about just the Black community itself, just the Black community and relationship wise as well, because that makes up the community. Mm-hmm. When you have, a man and a woman, husband and wife, however you want to put it, that builds community. So what about the community that we build? Would that make it any better, or would it be the same? I think that's more what it's talking about, more like community, the people building a community and changing it if women were to submit to the men in that community. That makes sense?
I think time-wise, it would benefit if the way that Black women are putting their time and energy into Fortune 500 companies and other people's companies, if they put that same time and energy into community, into Black-owned businesses, family businesses, I do think that could greatly benefit the community, that could greatly benefit the children. However, there has to be some resources and leadership from the men to allow for that to happen, because most households cannot afford that. So what Kay was saying in terms of like, what are the steps we need to do to build? We need to continue to build to be able to do that. And I think that comes through education. And unfortunately, Black women are seemingly becoming more educated than Black men, but we need our Black men to be educated in order to make better leadership decisions when it comes to that building, when it comes to, the transfer of wealth, building wealth in general. I mean, we can even talk about like our older, the people that have led us to where we are today. Even my grandmother, who felt like life insurance, or you don't need life insurance, that means you're setting yourself up to all this stuff that doesn't necessarily make sense because they didn't have the education. My grandmother she has like a 10th grade education. She's 84. So her lack of information is why she didn't have a better life insurance policy, and why that transition of wealth won't happen the same way as it happened in a Caucasian community. When she passes on, it's not going to be as much as it would be had she had that education. So I think the education of the leaders in the community, the men, is super important in order to successfully lead the community and successfully have women submit to that, because it's like really hard when you feel like you're smarter than your man, or you feel like you know more and blah, blah, blah. And you're supposed to submit to that. And you're looking at him like, bro, like, that's not even how you do this. Like, you're supposed to let him just run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I think women want to submit to men that are above them. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's in intellect, whether that's in money, whether that's in whatever, they want to submit to an authority. And again, because you are male, doesn't mean you are of that authority or have that leadership skills and leadership qualities.
Taylor, this is why I said you single.
Increase their knowledge to become better leaders, so that overall will benefit the entire community.
I understand
this submission. This is the perfect reason why I said you're single, because it's no way you can talk to a man with that type of rhetoric. It's impossible. Excuse me?
So the constructive criticism is only for women. When I give constructive criticism to men, now I'm single because I'm giving out constructive criticism to men.
Okay. Now it doesn't. It's not the same, Kayla.
Now it's about me personal, my personal life.
You single too?
Because I gave constructive criticism to men.
Look, everything
I've heard
you
other
said,
men on this platform say similar things.
No, if what you said was actually factual,
it is.
Then we will have something to talk about.
It is factual.
Okay, now everything you said was truly disingenuous because wait. See, this is the problem. See, the whole Pookies and Ray Rays, the whole birth of the Pookies and Ray Rays come from impressing you guys. That's why he don't want to wait. What? He don't want to wait 4 years to go to college. He don't want to wait to see him get an established career because of women right now saying you need the bag and you need it now. So y'all control. See, even though men have authority, men do everything to please their woman.
Who said I need the bag and I need it now?
Say that again.
Who said I need the bag and I need it now? When did I make it that a strictly financial? Were you listening?
You know, you literally said
that was literally one thing. It was I said a whole bunch of things, and
that's exactly what you said.
On the fact that I said
you
women
said you
like
brought
men
that was one of your points.